Jumpstart Team Member Suelen, and today we'll be reading Matthew and Tilly by Rebecca C.Jones and illustrated by Beth Peck. Today we'll read about two friends who get angry at each other. Usually, friends like to do things with each other, like playing games together. And being together is to be with someone else, like we'll be reading in our story. But sometimes, friends get angry with each other. Sometimes when friends have a fight, they call each other mean names and don't want to play together anymore. But good friends realize that playing alone is not much fun. When friends say I'm sorry to each other, they make up and start to play together again. We'll find out why Matthew and Tilly were fighting and see whether they decide to make up when we read the story. Alright, so here we go. Matthew and Tilly were friends. They rode bikes together, and they played hide and seek together. To play hide and seek, you're playing a game in which everyone hides from one player, and that one player has to find everyone else. They sold lemonade together, and when business was slow, they played sidewalk games together. And here they are, playing hopscotch, the one that Tilly drew. And sometimes they eat ice cream together. And here they are in the ice cream parlor eating ice cream. Once they even rescued a lady's kitten from a tree together. And to rescue something is to save someone or something from harm or danger. And here they are getting the kitten from the tree. The lady gave them money for the bubblegum machines. And a machine is something with moving parts that does a job. So later, they chewed gum together and remembered how brave they had been. To be brave is to not be afraid, just like Matthew and Tilly were when they were going up the ladders to rescue the kitten. Sometimes, though, Matthew and Tilly get sick of each other. One day, when they were coloring, Matthew broke Tilly's purple crayon. He didn't mean to, but he did. "You broke my crayon," Tilly said in her crabbiest voice. Tilly is blaming Matthew for breaking her crayon. To blame someone is to think that a person is responsible for something bad that has happened. "It was an old crayon," Matthew said in his grouchiest voice. "It was ready to break." "No, it wasn't," Tilly said. "It was a brand new crayon, and you broke it. You always break everything." "Stop being so picky," Matthew said. "You're always so picky and stinky and mean." "Well, you're stupid," Tilly said. "You're so stupid and stinky and mean." And here they are, they're fighting because Matthew broke her purple crayon. And it's not nice to call each other names, but sometimes it happens when friends get angry at each other. Matthew stomped up the stairs by himself. And to stomp is to hit feet down hard while walking. And here he is upset because he accidentally broke Tilly's crayon. Tilly found a piece of chalk and began drawing numbers and squares on the sidewalk by herself. Upstairs, Matthew got out his cash register and some cans so he could play store. He piled the cans extra high, like you can see here. And he put prices on everything. This was the best store he had ever made, probably because that picky and stinky and mean old Tilly wasn't around to mess it up. But he didn't have a customer, and playing store wasn't much fun without a customer. And here's Matthew realizing that he misses playing with Tilly, because it's not fun playing alone. Tilly finished drawing the numbers and squares. She drew them really big, with lots of squiggly lines. This was the best sidewalk game she had ever drawn, probably because that stupid and stinky and mean old Matthew wasn't around to mess it up. But she didn't have anyone to play with, and the sidewalk game wasn't much fun without another player. And here's Tilly feeling the same way as Matthew. Matthew looked out the window and wondered what Tilly was doing. Tilly looked up at Matthew's window and wondered what he was doing. She smiled, just a little. That was enough for Matthew. "I'm sorry," he called. "So am I," Tilly said. And here's Matthew looking at Tilly, and they realize that they forgive each other. This is to stop feeling angry at someone. And Matthew ran down the stairs so he could play. And here he is, coming to Tilly. And finally, together again. And that's the end of our story. So now, let's go over some vocabulary. Our first word is the word together. To be together is to be with someone else. Hide and seek. This is a game in which everyone hides from one player who is trying to find them. Our next word is rescue. And to rescue is to save someone or something from harm or danger, like a lifeguard. A machine. A machine is something with moving parts that does a job, just like the gumball machine. Gumball machine is like when you put a quarter in and when you twist the handle, it gives you gum. That moves so that it can release a prize. Our next word is brave, and this is to not be afraid. This is exactly what Matthew and Tilly were feeling when they climbed up the ladder to save the kitten. To blame is to think that a person is responsible for something bad that has happened, just like Tilly thought when Matthew broke her crayon. Stomped. To hit feet down hard while walking. This is what Matthew did when he was really angry. This is what some people do when they're angry as well, because they just get so mad they feel like they have to release all that emotion. Our last word is to forgive. To forgive someone is to stop feeling angry towards someone. Have you guys ever been betrayed by someone? Like, your friend took your toy, and then you wanted to go play with them after, just like Matthew and Tilly, and then you forgave them? That's what that word means. Have a good rest of your day, guys.